Okay, YouTube Terrarium update. So you guys been asking and asking. Here are a couple of answers for you. Number one, where did I get this thing? This thing was bought by my daughter at Petco long time ago. So I don't know. My best always bet. If you want something like this, I look on those marketplaces like Facebook where the local people sell stuff that they don't need. Because I looked it up. Some terrariums run like $300-$400. This I got from her, and she wanted 20. I gave her 50. So this is a question number one. Question number two: how are they doing? So, quite frankly, I never watched any orchids like I'm watching these boys and girls. I am on there, you know what, day and night. So, because there was a concern about the airflow, how will that work? And I will tell you, there was a problem with this specific plant right here, this little guy. If you see, there's way less of it than it was the first day, because day 3 this happened, which we all know what that means. Black rot, too humid, no airflow. So what I did, I sprayed the bottom of it, and you can see right there, it's all gone, with the peroxide. It was okay for 2 days, but I already started getting concerned. I consulted with Thomas from Tarzan Group, and he did suggest the fan. And guess what? Dun, 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 dun. So we're gonna put this thing in. As after, I'll give you a little bit of an introduction, because looking at the plants, I do notice here and there this. See those black spots? Not a good thing. So the bubbles, in my opinion, are loving it. That one is still looking pissed, but maybe that's his nature. Probably single old bulbophyllum. So, but the others look okay. Especially this one, the leaves are really shiny and happy. They're kind of newer looking leaves. This one is blooming, but because of that, I was kind of afraid of this mold thing, the black rot. There's even a flower on it. So, but you can see they're pretty dry. So to be safe, I left them dry until I get the fan. So I got the fan. We gotta install it. And also, I am not the only enabler out there. I will not tell you who, but somebody suggested me to get this little dude. Wait! And I did get it. It's really tiny. I've been promised that they shine really, really under the light. It's a beautiful little thing. Got it on eBay from Secret Garden Plants. I was not targeting anybody. I just went and looked for this plant, and they were actually the only one that had it. So we're gonna stick this in, and to make it even fancier, I got an order of moss. And again, I don't know if I did the good thing or bad thing, but it's some fun looking moss. Different. So we're gonna put it here and there. The instructions said to let it dry after you receive it. Look at those red things. They're like flowers. Yeah, so that's what I did. It's been sitting here drying for a day or two. Also got it. This one, I think. No, this one I got from... Oh, I'm lying. This one I got on eBay. And the plant I got on Etsy. That's how it went. There's some cool moss. Actually, camera loves moss. Shows it really nice. I was worried that it will not look good. Yeah, so the plan is I will dive in and, I will not be with the phone. I'll put the moss here and there. And then I'm gonna put the fan in. And then we're gonna see, oh, we need to put this little thing in there as well. So this is the plan. Hopefully Thomas suggested to run the fan during the day, turn it off at night. So let me dig in, and then somewhere in the process I'll go on the camera again. Okay, wish me luck. So far, this is what we have, and if you hear ABC Mouse behind, this is Miss Martha doing her study. So I did put him here and there. It's very dry, as you can see. We're gonna do it in a second, and also I'll answer the question of how do I water. It's pretty dry, so I got moss here, moss there, and honestly I have no clue about moss either, but like I said, I'm keeping a very, very close look at all of these residents, and if I see something that I don't like, I take care of the problem. Okay, no one looks like has some kind of growth in there right there, so that's a good thing. Okay, so let me water it first, because trust me, to get on the bottom with the texture like moss that falls apart, it's really dry right now. I'm gonna water it for you, and then we will install the fan with you, okay? So here we go. Here's the answer to your question, how do I water them. I bought at Home Depot this regular sprayer, but it's small, so which will let me target certain plants for fertilizing or watering or whatever I need to do. Not just spray all over, and sometimes plants don't get enough moisture. So that's what I'm gonna do next. So we're gonna take the top off, and again, there was a question what kind of lights are in there. Here they are. There's no heat coming from them. Let me turn the lights off so you can see what it is. That's what it is. Lovely. Okay, and so now we're gonna already pumped it, so here we go. This is how the moss and everything gonna get the water that it needed. I'm gonna water it like that until it's really, really, enough, in my opinion. Will the plants agree or not? We'll see. Again, the main thing with orchids, I always say, is to keep an eye on them, especially something like this when you don't know. Orchids will let you know. I think I need to pump it again. And they will forgive you if it's not too late. So I need to turn off the camera for a second. Yeah, so what kind of water? In Florida, well, I am on the property which is out of the big town, so clearly there's not everywhere you can find the city water. So we do have a reverse osmosis system for the whole house. Let me get on my little chair so you have a better view. Yeah, and when we bought the house, we installed the reverse osmosis system, which means that water is clean. There's no bad, there's no good, it's just a clear water, but we'll have less, what is the nice word to say? Okay, less elements that maybe not good for us, but good for the plants. So you do need to fertilize more, but you will not get any problems with the bad stuff. Like the well water that we have naturally here. It has lots of sulfur. When we just moved first to this house, after the the city water, I lost basically within a couple of months half of my collection, which at that point was, right now seems funny, about 100. So I lost a half, which is a lot. I want to make sure all the moss gets enough moisture because it's been in transit. So, and yeah, so we installed the reverse osmosis. You will learn that I skip from subject to subject. It's just the way I am. It's too much going on in my brain. Yeah, and it works perfectly. Many growers here have reverse osmosis. I know Palmer has it, and then a couple of others I talked to. And that's one way to do it in Florida. So the same way I'm gonna fertilize. When I'm gonna fertilize, I fertilized it with the 20-20-20 this time when I just set it all up. Let's see if we missed anybody. And this thing right there. And I will fertilize, I don't know, I think like once a month probably, but again, we'll see. I'm happy to see the bloom in there. So somebody did like the setting that I created. So again, I'm very grateful and happy about Tarzan Group. Thomas was a great help and support. I'm sure you guys always, if you're a beginner like me, can count on them. They also have a YouTube channel. It's a new, young YouTube channel. So if you want to take a look, it's called Tarzan Group. And so, I think, if only, just to be sure, I'll give a little more to this little lady who just came. And I took her out of the pot and stuck her between the rocks in her sphagnum moss. So maybe this guy's fine, this guy's fine. So yeah, so the same way I'm gonna fertilize when I'm gonna fertilize, but at this point we're gonna install the fan with you, cover the top, and see what happens. Okay. So the fan, simply, I did the search on Amazon Prime for the fish tank cooling fan. There were other options. I chose this one. Options were from $16 to $30. You should be all so proud of me because I'm doing everything with one hand. Gotta give it to my children because having an infant and business will teach you to do everything with one hand. So it's very simple you just need to put this puzzle together, attach it to the wall, and this will be the airflow, just like on that picture. Okay, so let me do this and I'll show you the final result then, okay? And so my air is up and running over there. I need to figure it out since this was made for the fish tank. This is a little bit not the way I want it. Makes too much noise. But, of course, do it yourself with whatever you got. There's a motto of any Russian person. So, the air is running. The orchids are watered, all settled. The new stuff is in there. My dress is reflecting very nicely. So you got it all, guys. And so this is the plan. This is how right now you cannot really see because I watered. But we'll see if that will change the comfort level of my pets, orchid pets in there. And I will keep giving you the updates. But for now, this is it. If you think I've done something wrong or you want to suggest something, be my guest. I'd really appreciate it. Don't think I will be offended or anything, because we're in it together. This is our joint project, and we will learn as we go. There's that little thing, beautiful, shiny. Her leaves are just to die for, and I do see the air hitting a little bit the moisture, which is great. So hopefully the airflow is very light, so it's not that it's blowing their heads off, no, but it's moving the air. Okay, so guys, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for staying with me. If you need plants, Tarzan Group is still running that coupon that is called Just One More Orchid, 10% off of all of your purchases, and it's until the end of August. I really like that moss, that red one in there. So especially, I'm a little bit here, totally, if I know orchids a little bit, I have no clue about moss. So if you think I did something wrong with the moss, let me know, okay? So with this, I'm saying thank you very much again. Talk to you soon. And goodbye. And of course, after I was done, I found the rubbery piece that sucks on the side of my tank. So the genius is here. I warned you before.